Cheerio and welcome to New Gameplay Today. I am the Chief Inspector, Alex Stadnik. Joined with me, my compatriots who I couldn't do this without. Kim Wallace. Hello, Kim.
Kimberly Wallace.
At your service. And the great detective himself, Dan Tack. Hello, sir.
It is I, Moriarty.
Ah, he tricked us all.
Oh, no.
I promise I'm done with the accent now. Kim.
We're all done with it. Never again.
Never again. What are we playing?
Yeah,
what are we playing?
We're looking at the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, which is a 2-pack of games that's coming out. The collection contains the Great Ace Attorney Adventures that came out in 2013 and 2017's The Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve. These are games that never made it outside of Japan, and they originally launched on the 3DS and mobile devices, and we are finally getting them here in North America. Hallelujah. I love the Ace Attorney series, so this is all good news for me. I never thought this would come here because culturally it's a little difficult. It's a difficult game to localize. I'm not going to lie. And this is coming out on July 27th on PS4, Switch, and PC.
Okay.
But why it would be difficult to localize is because it takes fans kind of back in history, as you can see here. We all know this dude on screen. Well, kind of. Here, his name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is in the Victorian era in Britain, but also takes place in the Meiji period of Japan. So the main characters are from Japan. The main character, Ryunosuke, is Phoenix Wright's ancestor.
Okay.
So you're playing as him and his best friend as they study abroad in Britain, and they both get caught up in the Japanese law system, judicial system, we should say. They're just starting with trials, and so it's very much in its infancy, and it's not perfect, and they go to study in Britain to kind of learn more. Because their system's a little bit more advanced, and also something happens in the first case that kind of leads them there and makes Ryunosuke kind of want to change his life path. So I'll just put it that way. I got to play a good chunk of the game, actually, for preview, and I'm digging it. And I hate to put it like this, but if you like Ace Attorney, you'll like this game. Like, it's not doing anything drastically different, but for me, the setting change really makes it feel fresh and different, because even, Ace Attorney, it's so good at towing that line between heartfelt and comical. And for me, it's just there to make you laugh. Like, Sherlock Holmes here is an awful detective in this game. Like, one of your jobs is he'll sit there and he'll spew out like some conclusion that he comes to without really thinking it through, and your job is to correct him and figure out like what is actually going on, because he likes to, as the great detective, jump to conclusions, and it's up to you to kind of set him straight and
that's
be
really
like,
funny,
no, you're the brains. Yeah, you're the brains behind that. But that's what Ace Attorney does. It changes that stuff. So, the whole fun of shouting objection in the courtroom, presenting clues, having the crazy clients that you'll defend, and even like facing off against, the bigwig attorneys that make it so fun, and their crazy, what's it called when you're, oh my God, I'm blanking on the word. What, oh my God, they're witnesses. Oh my God, they're crazy witnesses. Wow. Yeah. And for me, it's the fun of seeing how, and from what I've played so far, I like how the game kind of toys with your expectations, and just when you think you've figured out what has actually happened, you get like another, wrench thrown at you, and then they're just like, wait, what's going on here? Is this as crazy as I think it is? So very over the top fun.
Yeah.
And like I said, we never thought I remember every year I'd go to TGS and Tokyo Game Show, and I'd see these games on display, and I'd be like, oh, I really hope those come to North America. I know localization's going to be difficult, but like, the localization so far from what I've played is fantastic. Like, kudos to them and how they've figured out a way to bring these worlds to life and translate this for a North American audience so they can have all the silly little puns that Ace Attorney is so known for at this point.
For sure. Now, Mr. Tack, as the inquisitive detective that you are, what do you think of this so far? Is this of interest to you? Any questions for Miss Wallace?
I'm not sure if I'm watching a meme right now. Well, we can Blurlock Blomes is solving some mysteries. I mean, what in the world?
Look at these characters. How can you not want to hang out with them?
I'm a little confused and a little intrigued.
Which is
it's weird. I've never been into the series, but now that I know we have a faux Sherlock Holmes, and he's solving the riddles of the lion in some dude's house, I'm kind of into it. Sure, why not?
Well, later on, you are going to meet Shlom's assistant. Is
his name Blotson?
No, they make her a child prodigy, and she's the daughter of Dr. John H. Watson. So there you go.
Oh, okay. So
like they do fun stuff like that with the characters, and also I should talk about a little bit of some of the stuff that they're adding to this. So there will be like dual Japanese and English audio. Some costumes, these 8 slice of life escapades, which are extra episodes that dive into court, and a new auto advancing story mode. So if you are somebody who doesn't want to spend the time presenting evidence and figuring out like the puzzly more aspects of investigating, like you can skip through all that and just do it pure visual novel if that's your thing. I don't recommend doing it that way because I think it takes away some of the fun, but for people who, like I said, don't want to spend the time figuring all that stuff out and piecing all the clues together, there is that option for people now in this one, and that's a first for the series. They've never had anything like that, so I'm really curious, like how many people actually do tap into that. And like I said, if that's how you want to play, that's how you want to play.
It's good to have options.
I have no problem with that. Yeah, if you just like story and characters, and like I said, Ace Attorney does. God, through the years, so many memorable characters. Larry Butts. If something's going on, it's the Butts. And Miles Edgeworth was so great. Detective Gumshoe. Like, this series I have loved for so long and played the various spin-offs, like the Miles Edgeworth investigations, and then Apollo Justice. They went in that direction after, finishing the Phoenix Wright trilogy, which is so damn good, which is why you keep seeing it all the time ported to new because it's such a great, like, who doesn't want to pretend that they're, well, maybe not a lot of people want to pretend they're attorneys these days, but it is fun going in. Like, that's what else I was thinking. I was like, gosh, talking about the problems of the judicial systems, like, as I'm playing it right now, it brings it out, but it's also like, this is Ace Attorney, and it's comical enough and crazy enough that it's kind of like, it just makes it fun.
For sure.
A fun way to look at it, while also acknowledging that, yes, there are stuff like that's not great in how courts handle things, with people jumping to conclusions and showing that, and how, but these cases, like I said, are so zany and out there that it can happen.
It's more of a fun time. Yeah. So question on the mechanics here. So we saw Mr. Sholmes bumbling around doing that kind of stuff, and I saw that there's like a correction. There was some footage that shows like a correction phase or something of the like. If you don't do that, if you don't call him on some of his stuff and you bring that evidence to court, can you royally screw up the cases? Are there like twisting endings with this?
You have a few different like screw ups you can do, like usually 5 in a case before you get a game over screen, but it also auto saves for you.
Okay.
And you can make your own saves. So you could get a game over, but it's not like a game that has like those multiple endings, really.
Okay.
there is just like the clear path that you're supposed to go.
Gotcha.
On.
So it's not like something like LA Noire, right, where you go and you pick out the like the evidence and you interview people and stuff like that, but then you could really like screw up an interrogation, but then that's the result of the case.
Right. No, okay. you want to win the case. And like I said, the game kind of plays with you a little bit because they'll be like, oh, it's over. There's no way you're winning this case. Like, and then all of a sudden there's like, but remember that one clue? Like it does that a lot to you where you find like, you're like, am I supposed to lose here? Because at times it feels like that, but just keep going with the story and it'll take you to where you need to go.
Nice.
But I wouldn't look at like, you can fail, but not really, because like I said, you'll load back in.
For sure. Do you feel like these games, because obviously Phoenix Wright is, I feel like he's niche, but like he has such a fan following, and like these games, do you feel like with him not being in it, it lacks any of that heart and goofiness, or do you feel like the charm is still there with
the charm is still there because you're gonna see it with his ancestor here. He has a lot of similar mannerisms, and just kind of his overall way that he presents himself is very much like Phoenix Wright, with the panic, with the oh, I think I got this. Oh God, I'm a big idiot kind of way that Phoenix Wright works. And then when he gets like the confidence and hits the big objection, you feel good about yourself. So I would say Ryunosuke definitely represents him and will remind you of him, where for me, it didn't feel like it was lacking. Like even you'll notice here and kind of how he's shifting his eyes as we're looking.
Yeah.
Right there is a Phoenix Wright face right there. So yeah, this even hit Kazuma, his friend, kind of gives me a Miles Edgeworthy vibe a bit, like calm, cool, and collected, knows his stuff,
For sure.
But obviously they are not rivals, like how him and Phoenix start out. They're buds, they're partners, as he calls him, his partner, like pretending to be all cowboy North American. It's fun.
Love it. Cool. So you said at the beginning, but when is this out?
It is July 27th for PS4, Switch, and PC. And this will be our first time getting the Great Ace Attorney series. So that is like, a spin-off of Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright, obviously. And like I said, it's 2 games in the collection, which is great. And I can't wait to and it's a perfect one to start with too. If you have been waiting to get in the series, like there's certain references to characters that you might miss, but I wouldn't say it's like a deal breaker or something that you couldn't start with. So I definitely think if you've been wanting to play one, if you think this looks interesting, especially since it has our boy Shlomes in it, go for it.
You hear that, Tack? Good for your first time.
Wait. When do we fight the boss?
Where are the hitboxes, Kim? We need to know. Yeah.
There's a boss whoever the ruthless attorney is that you go up against. So in this one, his name is Barak Van Zeeks. All right. So get ready for that. Ready for that.
I'm done.
You gotta throw out those objections, baby.
Tax out. Well, good show. I think we're out as well. Kim, Dan, thank you so much for doing this with me. Thank you for watching, YouTube audience. We appreciate you. We love you. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.
Bye, everyone.